Good evening and welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. To our very first story, the Bank of Ghana has rolled out a new centralized platform for Forex Bureau operators in the country from August 1. Well, this was contained in a new circular issued by the Central Bank today. More in this report.
The Bank of Ghana in the statement maintained that the move was to ensure the integrity and development of the financial system. Based on this directive, all licensed Forex Exchange Bureau will be required to use this platform for the buying and selling of foreign currencies. The central bank adds that trading of foreign currencies will be done by only firms that has been licensed by the regulator. It also reminds industry players that all foreign exchange bureaus transactions shall be conducted on this new trading platform. Foreign exchange bureaus are required to issue electronic receipt to customers for all purchases and sales of foreign currencies. The Bank of Ghana added that the platform has been integrated with the National Identification System to ensure all purchases and sales of foreign currencies are performed by verified individuals. The regulator adds that the initiative marks a milestone in the bank's efforts to ensure safe and sound operations of the foreign exchange business. The platform will also improve oversight for directors and management of bureaus and enhance the bank's monitoring and supervision of their operations in compliance with Foreign Exchange Anti-Money Laundering Act.
The ARB Apex Bank says it is not fully satisfied with the release of some 1.5 billion cedis by the government to pay customers affected by the banking sector cleanup exercise. President Akufo-Addo in June 2024 tasked the Ministry of Finance to effect the disbursement of the funds to ease financial burden on the aggrieved customers. Board chair of the ARB Apex Bank, Dr. Anthony Ogbin, says the amount released is inadequate as these unpaid funds continue to be a bane to the operations of the banks. He was speaking at the 22nd annual general meeting of the bank in Kumasi.
The locked up funds, just as the monies that have been affected by the DDP, are funds owned by our customers. So it's worrying. It affected the profitability of some of the banks. We are excited to hear, even though not fully excited. We were happy to hear that government has now released the 1.5 billion cedis to pay part of the locked up funds. It is not enough. So as I speak with you, the rural banks have about 350 million cedis in locked up funds. This is huge, for rural banks. If some of them, if you look at their profit, they are making 1 million profit, 2-3 million profit, and all that. Not huge profit. So if you have this big amount locked up, do you know how much that locked up funds could be used to generate further resources for the banks? So we still continue to appeal to government to understand that the rural banks, we really impact on the real economy. There are some banks, the big ones, who are giving loans in mortgages and all that. We give loans for farmers, to farmers, those who produce food for us to eat. We give loans to carpenters, those who make chairs and tables for our children to write on. We give loans to small and medium enterprises. We are really the interface to the real sector of our economy.
Away from the financial sector-related stories, Deputy Minister of Finance in charge of Revenue, Dr. Alex Ampaben, says government is working at reviewing some tax handles to help improve the investment environment. This, he said, is to ensure that Ghana remains as the best investment destination for offshore investors. Speaking at the Ghana Investment Promotion Center third quarter Ghana Club 100 Chief Executive Breakfast Meeting and also the launch of the 21st Ghana Club 100 Awards, he called for a strategic collaboration for all sector players to ensure sustained economic growth. More in this report.
The Deputy Finance Minister at the event said government is embarking on several initiatives to improve the investment space to drive economic growth. He called on other private sector players to support government's quest in ensuring stability.
We believe that leveraging strength of both the public and private sectors will accelerate our economic recovery and foster sustainable development. The Ministry of Finance is thus actively working to create an enabling environment for businesses. A recent engagement with stakeholders in May 2024 to discuss how we can improve Ghana's business climate and improve the ease of doing business acknowledges investors' concerns about Ghana's complex tax system. In response to our collaborating with the Ghana Revenue Authority to streamline and revise administrative processes associated with tax administration. And this will not only end with administrative processes, we are also looking to assess and revise the entire tax system, including reviewing some of the tax handles in the country. And it's interesting to know, when I got here this morning, the first message I got from CEO is, when is my tax exemptions going to be? It clearly shows the concerns for businesses.
On this part, Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Yofi Grant, highlighted Ghana's strategic positioning in attracting foreign investment despite the current global economic challenges.
To enhance collaboration and partnership between government and the private sector, GIPC has been hosting these quarterly CEO breakfast meetings. These meetings serve as a platform for in Ghana, welcoming both local and foreign businesses. In line with our steadfast commitment to making Ghana an attractive destination for investment, the GIPC and government in general has implemented a series of reforms aimed at simplifying the business registration process, enhancing transparency, and reducing bureaucratic hurdles. Additionally, it's our desire to make Ghana much more attractive and making sure that we are able to fuel our own indigenous businesses in partnership with foreign direct investment. And we are seeing some positivity there as well. These efforts have seen Ghana ranked as the most appealing destination for investments in West Africa, according to the Deloitte 2022 Africa Investment Attractiveness Index.
The Ghana Investment Promotion Center says Ghana has made significant strides in terms of political stability, infrastructure development, and pro-business policies, making it an attractive hub for foreign investment. James Eshen's report for Joy Business.
Tax consultant Francis Timoboy has disclosed that it will be practically impossible for government to review some tax handles this fiscal year. According to him, it will be difficult for government to introduce tax reforms at this material moment. However, it could be feasible in the medium to long term. Mr. Timoboy spoke to Joy Business.
We had the option of introducing it in the mid-year budget. So unless the changes are very minimal and it doesn't require parliamentary or legislative approval, it looks like we may not be able to introduce any major tax reform, especially because we are in an election year. And you know, mostly in election years, we have that transitional period where it is just appropriation in advance that is presented to Parliament somewhere October, because there's this anticipation that the new government is coming to take over. So the time at this moment, it doesn't look like we can influence or implement any major reform, as the minister has said. Possibly, maybe he's looking at it as a going concern, so that maybe 2025, whoever takes over will look at it. And I think that I will agree with him, because the tax system that we have in Ghana over the period, most businesses believe that it is not friendly, especially if you look at the indirect taxes. Look at the way the COVID and then the levies have been structured. It doesn't make business friendly. So if there's a long-term plan to make changes to it, I think I'm for it. But looking at the time from now up to maybe election year, this government may not have enough time to even get parliamentary approval for any major tax reform.
Away from tax matters, the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry has launched the 4th edition of the Ghana Chamber Business Awards to celebrate the outstanding achievements of businesses in the country. The award is slated for 27th September 2024. Here is a report.
Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry has launched its 4th Ghana Chamber Business Awards,
with a specific focus on a green economy, which underscores the importance of sustainable development in ensuring a prosperous future for Ghana and the world at large. Speaking to Joy Business, Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber, Mark Bidwa-Boaji, said this year's awards seek to reward the resilience and agility of Ghanaian businesses who have persevered during the post-COVID era through to these challenging times.
We have realized that businesses that survived under the COVID and they are still doing well are those that moved from the normal way of doing things to using green economy, and that is where the world is going now. Every economy is looking at circular, how they can also, as part of making their money, also sustain the environment and sustain their business. That's the theme. So we launched the award today, and the award is actually on the 27th of September 2024 at the Accra International Conference Center.
Chairman of the 4th Chamber Business Awards, Prince Akwaku, highlighted the criteria for the various prospective nominees for the awards.
We want to award as many companies in Ghana as possible. The issues or the eligibility criteria include thought leadership. It includes employment. We want to see the number of people you've employed. We want to see your turnover. We also are looking at environmental management, which are key issues. If you look at our theme, we want to emphasize a green economy.
The 4th edition of the Ghana Chamber of Commerce is slated for September 27 and is under the theme Adaptability and Innovation in a Green Economy through Collaboration. For Joy Business, Pius Kujobaka. To the Ashanti region, where a science and technology-based laboratory has been established for free accessibility to students in basic and senior high schools in that part of the country. Now, the Laboratory Commission at the Apiaminkan University of Skills and Training and Entrepreneurial Development offers an avenue for students to demonstrate their creativity, ingenuity, and the problem-solving skills. The university, in partnership with STEM Power Incorporated, an Ethiopian-based tech company, set up the project to equip students with that space. Now, we can hear more from this report. Known as the Robotics and Innovation Laboratory, the establishment has facilities that allow students to conduct real-time simulations and develop them into prototypes. Pro Vice Chancellor Professor Isaac Boateng highlighted the crucial role of technology in driving development in the country. He emphasized the potentials of science and technology in addressing employment challenges as the project inspires entrepreneurship.
The Amstead Robotic Innovation Lab, with some state-of-the-art equipment, provides a fertile ground to energize our ATVET and STEM education. With the Robotics Innovation Lab, we are in position to train our students to acquire robotic and artificial intelligence competencies that are necessary to investigate and engineer practical solutions to our problems as a nation. This milestone arguably positions Amstead as an important next step for all the basic and secondary school students pursuing STEM education in Ghana.
The project is in line with the visions of the university to produce world-class human resources well-equipped with technical and vocational education and training. Hundreds of high schoolers within the university's catchment and in the Ashanti region are expected to use the facility in developing technologies that address societal problems. Engineer Dr. Albert Awopone is the head of the Center for Artisanal Skills Training and Development at the university.
We have many schools around here. We have so many basic schools. They have computer labs, but we have a number of public basic schools around here which do not have. And we're opening to both public and senior highs. And we are giving ourselves a big tax, but then we think we can achieve this, and that we are talking about a huge number of students in this regard. I cannot be specific of the number, but that's all. In fact, we're not going to discriminate. But what we can say is that at any particular time, we can train 30 students at a time. And in fact, the server allows us to provide students with their own IP address. They will register the students, and then they will come here periodically.
Founded in 2009 in Ethiopia, STEM Power is a hands-on lab-based STEM education that emphasizes creativity and skills building, empowering the youth to proffer local solutions to societal problems.
IT engineer at STEMPA, Johannes Fentie, reiterated the organization's commitment to making STEM education a reality for every student in the sub-region.
We believe that STEM education is essential for building a more prosperous and sustainable future in Africa. STEM skills are in high demand in the global economy, and they are essential for developing new technologies and solutions to the challenges facing our continent.
For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright-Kwiku.
Within Kumasi, because the Vice-Chancellor of the Kumasi Technical University, Professor Gabriel Jumo, says the institution is fostering interdisciplinary collaboration, promoting sustainability and digital transformation to impact students and industry. He says innovative teaching methods and strong industry partnerships remain essential in advancing academic and industrial productivity. There is more in this report.
Was speaking at the launch of the 70th anniversary of the Kumasi Technical University on the theme 70 Years of Academic Excellence, Steering Technical and Vocational Education. He says the school has evolved to a top university with cutting-edge teaching methods and strong industry partnerships.
Today, we gather to celebrate the 70th anniversary of our university. Over the decades, we have grown from a modest institution to a leading university renowned for its cutting-edge research, innovative teaching methods, and strong industry partnerships.
Professor Gabriel Jumo stated the institution is creating a more dynamic and inclusive learning environment to prepare students to tackle challenges and grab opportunities.
Honorable Chairman, we are also committed to expanding our outreach and partnership both locally and globally. By strengthening our ties with industry, governments, and other education institutions, we can create a more dynamic and inclusive learning environment that prepares our students to meet the challenges and opportunities of the future.
Guest speaker at the event launch, Dr. Kwame Ba Nyakun, entreated the KSTU to focus on training students who are willing to become artisans in the field of vocational and technical education. He also urged the private sector and state agencies to take on vocational and technical training as part of their corporate social responsibility to help reduce unemployment.
So we should be teaching our students problem-solving skills, and this is what vocational training and technical training is about. How of this, I'm glad that you have faculties of entrepreneurial skills and all those things. And I think other agencies, private sector organizations, state agencies should also emulate what we are trying to do, because if you have the resources and you develop the capacity of the people, you benefit. And so the skills, the workforce that we need for the future need to be held. So when we build hospitals and we provide the facilities that we do, it's because we are investing in the future of.
David Opoku's report for Joy News.
Thanks so much for watching Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. We've got more stories for you when you log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Prime Sports is next with Razak Musbao. Do enjoy.